checking to make sure I'm live here. So bear with me for a second and I'll wait for some people to hop on. I'm just gonna go ahead and tag a couple people that wanted to be part of this. So welcome, Aloha Friday. Hey Janet, I see you. Okay, I'm glad I must be live. Perfect, okay. Hey Michelle, hi, it's a beautiful sunny day. Hello. I think we're gonna get a lot of rain this weekend. At least that's what I heard this morning. So enjoying a beautiful, clear, sunny day. All right, so give me a second while I tag a couple people. And if any of you that are on know that some people were interested, go ahead and tag them here too, because I'd love to get as many questions in and some interaction and make it a little bit of fun. So, and make sure that I can address the questions that everybody has. So, May and Liz. And if you have a question already, just throw it out there. What's the weather like in Chicago, guys? Is it warming up? I think the snow is melting, I heard, right? I don't miss it. I don't think I could go back. Actually, I know I can't go back because, yeah, this. All right, so I'm just gonna tag a couple people. Sorry, I'm on my phone at my laptop. I'm hopefully not gonna get too technologically challenged here, but I want everybody to be able to see this. And Marie. All right. Okay, so I'll tag people later. Again, if you're watching and you know somebody that has been interested, go ahead and just tag them in the comments below and I'll try to save this video so we can share it later. So thanks for joining. Oh, I was asking about Chicago, Michelle. It's 40 degrees heat wave. Oh yeah, awesome. Heat wave. It's finally warming up here. I live at a higher altitude here in Hawaii, so it gets pretty chilly at night, but nothing like Chicago. The coldest morning this winter was 45 degrees. So, and that's feels cold to me now. It's crazy. So yeah, sorry. I don't have any winter clothes anymore. They're all gone. So I'm gonna try to keep my two screens here so I can see questions and keep the chat box open, and who knows, I'm sure I'm gonna mess this up. So anyways, welcome. Thank you guys for hopping on. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Dr Giordano. I am a physician gynecologist. I live in Maui, and I'm here to do a little Science Friday fun. So let's keep it light and breezy. It's early here. It's not quite happy hour. So I just have my little cup of water to stay hydrated today, but I hope you guys have a beverage. And the reason I wanted to do a little science fun is because as a doctor, we kind of like, a lot of us doctors are a little bit of science nerds just by nature, because we kind of like to learn how things work and why they do what they do, and really understand the details behind certain processes. So that leads me to want to talk to you about Neora Fit. Now, Neora is a anti-aging and wellness company. It's been around for 9 years, and they have patented ingredients in skincare, wellness, hair care, and then their latest line that was just released a couple months ago is the weight management system. So Neora, I was originally attracted to Neora because of the science behind their products. So I tried their products, they actually really worked. I kind of said, well, gosh, research is backed from a biotech company and Princeton researchers. I was like, I gotta try it. It worked for me. I love the changes. And so that's when I just decided, well, this, I'm gonna share my solution that's given me a lot of progress in my life. I'm gonna share with others. And so that's fast forward now almost a year and a half. I've been with a company, and as I mentioned, our latest line is weight management, and it's a really innovative system. There isn't really any other weight management system out there that works this way, and that because it all kind of comes down to fat browning. And fat browning wasn't something I had heard of, or most people have heard of. We didn't learn about it in medical school. It's actually a very new kind of a new and innovative idea. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about the science behind that. I won't get too deep and nerdy, but if you have questions, I would love to see them. So throw them in the comments. Also, if you're watching live, type live down there. If you're watching this on the replay, press replay. I do want to do a couple little giveaways after I'm off the live. So whoever's participating and asking questions, and I'm gonna just kind of throw some names into a little raffle, and we'll give away some prizes. I have one of my favorite things is the Super Jumbo water bottle. It's one of these that you've got your whole 64 ounces of water in one day, and with your little marks here. So this is gonna be one of the prizes today, and I have a couple other little things too. So it's worthwhile. Grab a drink, let's have fun, let's talk a little science. And I've got some notes here, so forgive me for looking away. I'm gonna try to keep on track and not ramble. And I'm gonna keep looking down and look at some of the comments too to try to answer some questions as we go. So throw questions in the comments as well. All right, so fat browning. Fat browning has been was originally talked about and discovered basically in 2009. And we know that we have two types of fat in our body. We've got white fat and brown fat. Brown fat is the fat that we're born with. So it's what we call thermogenic. It's smaller in volume, so it's more compact, and we're born with brown fat because it helps maintain our body temperature. As a baby, we don't know how to shiver, we don't have that development yet. So we have brown fat as a baby, and then as we grow up and we mature, we don't need the brown fat anymore. We use white fat for insulation, and then because you know how to maintain our body temperature. So we always knew babies had brown fat, but then in 2009, there was kind of a little bit more research about it, and we realized that yes, we do, adults do have some brown fat as well. Now, most of the fat we're all used to is white fat. White fat is the fluffy stuff. I think of it as like the marshmallow fat because it's just fluffy and it takes up a lot of space, and it's not as metabolically efficient as brown fat. So we do need some white fat. We all need fat in our bodies, but when we have too much white fat, that's when we run into other health issues, the laundry list of health issues that we can have, especially if we have more fat around our organs, like in our insides or around our abdomen and areas like that. So we've got brown fat, which is the small, firm, thermogenic brown fat that burns a lot of energy. And then we've got the white fat that's really there for storage. Now, what is fat browning? So what they found this just over 10 years ago is that we can actually convert the white fluffy fat to brown fat. And that's called fat browning. And so that's actually very exciting, because if we can turn our white storage kind of fat into more efficient fat that metabolizes and burns more energy and burns more calories, we want more of the brown fat, because that would be healthier. That helps with weight management and overall health and vitality. So we started to be being researched around that time. So what we know is that, like I said, too much white fat is detrimental. So I'm gonna go off my little, my notes here. And so, okay, yes, so 2009. So fast forward in about 2015, Neora said, well, hey, they're gonna start looking in and doing some research into fat browning. So they started this initial research in over 5 years ago on the process of fat browning. And you can do a simple Google search. I've done the Google search. I've done, the PubMed search. There's lots of published articles. There's articles in Journal of Endocrinology, and there's some NIH publications. So the science nerd in me really has kind of tried to delve into this, because the first thing is like, oh, what's fat browning? Is this a gimmick? What's going on? I don't, who wants to be associated with anything that is a gimmick? But there's truly science behind it. So feel free to do the Google search, and there are several published research papers about this phenomenon. So with brown fat, now our goal, what we want is we want more brown fat. We want more brown fat because we want to burn more calories. There's the brown fat within brown fat. We've got brown fat that we're born with. It's constitutive, so we're just born with it. It's usually located kind of around our shoulders and our back and our neck. And then there's the recruitable brown fat. So brown fat that can be induced. So turn from white to brown fat. So that's what NeoRFit has focused on, because the idea is we want to convert white to brown fat. Now, the process behind the NeoRFit system. So I'm going to just step back for a second. The NeoRFit system is a health system. It's not a gimmick. It's not this magic wand that's going, you're going to do this for 30 days, 60 days, and you're going to magically lose, 10 pounds. This is a system meant to make small and steady, slow changes that over time are going to help modify our behaviors and increase our body's metabolism and conversion of white to brown fat. So it's really, really exciting. Hi guys, hi Allison, Beth, Janet. Okay, I'm just gonna check in periodically and look down at my comments, so I'm not looking away. So as I said, the system is multifunctional, just like Neora. For all the other Neora products are very multifunctional. I'm not gonna get into the skincare haircut, but the idea behind so many of our products is combine many, many different solutions into one product, so you're not doing 17 different steps. And so they did that same thing with the weight management system. So with the weight management system, there's 6 steps basically, and then so I'm going to touch on those really quick. The first is hydration, which we all know water is so important for our health, our vitality, our organ function, but in drinking water before meals is gonna make us feel fuller, and also it's gonna help us increase our calorie burn before meals. So when we drink more water, we're going to burn almost 30 to 40% more calories over that next 60 minutes. So it's important to hydrate. So step 1, hydrate. Step 2 is breathe. And this is probably one of those most challenging ones for me. We all have crazy lives and stress, and we're always on the go. And sometimes it just seems like we never take the 5 minutes a day that we should to breathe and meditate and just practice some mindfulness. So why that's important in this system and just in our overall health is when we breathe, we decrease our stress hormone, our cortisol. And so we want to lower that cortisol level because increased cortisol is associated with weight gain. The third thing is hydrate, breathe, and moving. So you want to move around 30 minutes a day, whether that's 10 minutes in the morning, afternoon, and evening, or 30 minutes at once. We're not talking about doing high impact, aerobic training. That's the beauty of this system. It's not trying to make you make drastic changes. It's just a reminder, hey, your body, our bodies work better when we do these things. So trying to integrate movement into our daily life. So hydrate, breathe, move. And fourth is mindful eating. And that's really just, there's so many aspects to it. I'm not going to go into super details because I've got a lot of other information to cover, but mindful eating is number one, not racing through your meals, taking the time, enjoying the food, eating to live versus living to eat. So enjoying the taste, not eating while we're doing mindless things like watching TV. That's going to cause us to overeat more. Eating, pausing, waiting the 10 to 20 minutes so we feel full, and making good food choices. So shopping around the perimeter of the grocery store where the produce and the dairy and the fish and the meats are versus on the center aisles, which is where our processed foods are. So we want to try to be mindful of our choices. Nobody's ever going to be perfect. This is not, it's unrealistic to strive for perfection, but so you can't beat yourself up if you fall off one day, or you indulge or party. You just make that next day, make a conscious decision to do something a little bit better. And then finally, after mindful eating, that fifth element is narrowing the eating window. And really that first step for people who maybe haven't done this before is just to stop eating 3 hours before dinner, and that really allows your body to calm and rest and gives you hopefully at least a 12-hour window of no food so that your body can really optimally metabolize and process and digest. Sleep is our recovery period for our body. So much is happening while we're asleep, and so it's important to try to not to overwhelm it right before we go to sleep. The sixth and final thing are the supplements, and those are it's 3 supplements. So the system is simple, like 1, 2, 3, or ABC, because it stands for activate, block, and cleanse. So there's 3 supplements. The first is called Slim and Skin. The second is Block and Balance, and the third is Cleanse and Calm. So, oops, I skipped ahead of my papers. All right, I really appreciate you guys being on. I'm going to take a quick little sip of my water. Tell me what beverage you have for Science Friday in the comments. Because like I said earlier, if you just hop on or just joining, if you're watching live, type live, and if you're watching on the replay, type replay. I've got a couple gifts and prizes to hand out for everyone who shows that they're here and I know you're on, so feel free to drop a comment or a hello or tell me what the weather is like by you. So number 1, Slim and Skin. This is the collagen supplement. This collagen is an appetite suppressant. It's a source of protein. It's going to make us feel full, and it's also going to start revving up our metabolism. So this is what we take in the morning. This is a tasteless powder. You're going to put it in your morning coffee, your morning tea, your smoothie, whatever you normally drink in the morning. And this collagen is sustainably marine source. So it's really a high grade source of collagen. And we take it in the morning because we really want to rev up and get our metabolism going for the day. It also contains MCT, which is medium chain triglycerides. And so I wasn't really super, up on that, but I guess a lot of people who maybe are into bodybuilding and a lot of working out are familiar with that, but this really helps get your body to use just try to utilize its fat stores for metabolism. So it's got collagen, the MCT, and it has a little bit of green tea extract in too. So there's a very small amount of caffeine. It's 0.5 milligrams, which if you compare that to a cup of coffee is like 85 to 90 milligrams. So it's really negligible. So it's important to remember the system isn't a stimulant. There aren't any stimulants. It's not going to make you feel jittery. It's not going to make your heart race like some of many other of traditional weight loss methods can. And what I love about the collagen is collagen is good for so many other things besides what I've already mentioned. Collagen is great for your skin, your hair, your nails, your joints, for joint lubrication. So many of us, even before noticing any changes, regardless of weight or inches, we just, taking the collagen, just smoother, brighter, more glowing skin. My hair is growing like crazy. I've got all this baby hair kind of coming in my hair. I just got my hair cut and my hair girl was like, what are you doing in the last 2 months? I'm like, I'm taking collagen. This is the morning, our morning portion. So this is the Slim and Skin. Our second part is the midday block and balance. This is like my favorite because it tastes so good. The block and balance is the pre and probiotic. It's our source of fiber for the day. And the way you take this, it tastes, it's got like a lemon fruity flavor. So it tastes really, really yummy. You just basically tear this off and pour it right on your tongue. Some people say it tastes like Fruit Loops. Some people say it tastes like Trick cereal. I think it's delicious. It really like takes away the sweet craving, and that's what this is doing. So it's got pre and probiotics that have been specifically designed for weight management. We all know, we should know, we are learning more and more, there's a huge connection between our gut, our digestive tract, and our weight. And not just our weight, but our brain and our function and our focus and our overall health. And so there are 2 proprietary strains of pre and probiotics in here that are not in our other probiotics, but they're really made to help with carbohydrate and protein metabolism in our gut. And I'm sure, we've all been there. If our gut is off, if our digestion is off, we're going to feel tired. We're going to feel, brain fog, sluggish. We're just not going to be ourselves. So this really helps balance it out. It also curbs our appetite and really tries to help our body metabolize the carbohydrates. So, again, my favorite, it's meant to be taken 20 to 30 minutes before your midday meal. You certainly can do this later in the day if you wish. You can also double up on it if you feel like you need that extra help with suppressing cravings. You can do this twice a day, no problem. And I'll just go back. Yes, you can do the Slim and Skin twice a day. Well, if you feel that you need an extra dose of collagen, you could either double your dose in the morning or take a second one, with lunchtime or sometime else during the day. With the within this as well, the block and balance, it also has vitamins B, C, and D. So great sources of our daily vitamins. Before New York Fit has been out, I have also been using the Youth Factor supplement, which is a supplement containing tons of multivitamins and fruits and veggies. And I don't take a multivitamin anymore because I'm getting all of that through these supplements, which is great because I don't like swallowing pills. So that was step number 2. We've got Slim and Skin in the morning, block and balance in the midday, and then step 3, cleanse and calm. And cleanse and calm is you take this before bed, so you can take it a couple hours before bed, and you're going to put it in some nighttime water, whether warm water, lukewarm water, or your nighttime tea. It has a little bit of a tropical flavor. So some people say it tastes kind of like a pineapple. I enjoy it quite a bit, and it gives you that sense of calm at night. So no, it's not going to make you sleepy. Haven't heard that it makes people tired, but it really is going to help get your body into a state of calm for restful and efficient sleep. And so you say, well, how does that work? And let me just get back. My computer's locking me out. So what's in the Cleanse and Calm is a proprietary brand product called Happy Banana. So Happy Banana, who doesn't want to have Happy Banana in their life? New York Found has isolated the extracts from Happy Banana, and what that is doing is helping our body naturally convert our tryptophan to melatonin. So there isn't melatonin in this. It's just encouraging our body to have that metabolic shift to make the melatonin. And melatonin, of course, helps us get in that sleep cycle with restful and efficient sleep. So it's calming. It's very gentle. A lot of people ask, oh my gosh, it says cleanse. Am I going to be up all night in the bathroom? And the answer is no. This is very, very gentle. It contains a ton of fruit and vegetable extracts with a happy banana and some other vitamins as well. Just checking my notes, make sure I'm not missing anything. And a little bit of aloe, moringa fruit, fennel. So tons of fruits and veggies in here. It will help regulate your digestion over time. So a lot of the feedback I've gotten personally from my customers and friends is that, gosh, this is really helping make me more regular. It's, we kind of abuse our bodies with our diet, especially, processed foods and our schedules. And so this really is resetting and balancing our digestive tract. So I mentioned it before, our sleep time is our recovery time for our body. This is when our body is healing. It's optimizing within our intestines. It's optimizing the digestion and moving the nutrients through our intestinal tract at nighttime. So it's really a wonderful, innovative system because it's taking, it's addressing all three parts of the day that we should be addressing anyways, but it's really helping us do this in a more structured way that's not drastic and shocking to the body, and it's all natural. So 1, 2, 3. So activate, block, and cleanse. So 1, 2, 3 steps. That's the NeuroFit supplements. It is super important to remember this is a system. These all are meant to work together. So taking one is not necessarily going to give you the results as if you were going to take all of them. It's also important to remember every individual person has a very, very different genetic makeup, digestive balance, digestive flora. So some people, it's very common when we start a system like this, there may be a few days where your GI tract is like, holy moly, like some nausea, some bloating, things may slow down, things may speed up. That is okay. This is our body adjusting to the changes in our flora, the changes of the metabolism within our GI tract. There are some people that get through that transition or that adaptation phase. Some people will get through that in just a few days. It took me probably a couple weeks. I thought things were a little bit wonky for the first couple weeks. I didn't give up because I trusted in the products, and you cannot give up just after the first week or two just because, I'm bloated or whatever. I recognize that this is making drastic changes to our flora, and depending on what our GI tract is already used to, it may take longer for some of us to adjust to it. So, question. Let me go back. Look at any questions. Michelle, get good sleep. Janet. Okay, great. I'm so glad you guys are all here. So I wanted to just reinforce there's definitely an adaptation period. This is not the magic bullet that's going to work overnight where you're going to take it for 1 or 2 days and you're going to be down 5 pounds. That we know, we're all smart enough to realize that something works that way is probably not healthy, probably too drastic, and not likely sustainable. This system is made and developed to be sustainable because it's a wellness system. It is meant to be able to be continued to be used to keep and maintain our overall health and wellness. So don't, I see so many people who are having amazing results, and it's like, oh my gosh, I wish I was one of those people who lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks. But that's not for everybody. It's the important thing to remember is the pounds don't necessarily come off first. It's going to be the inches. Why is that? That's because the fluffy white fat takes up more space, puts more inches on us, and is when we convert that white fat to brown fat with this system, then the inches are going to decrease, even though the weight may not. The weight may actually even go up a little bit as we're turning our white into brown fat. And then as we continue to have and make and maintain our brown fat is metabolizing things better, burning more calories, burning more energy. And then after that point where we see our brown fat, we're going to start to see the weight loss. If that's a 1 or 2 weeks for some people or several weeks for others, it's okay. There's no expectations. I ask you to just go in, commit to trying something for 90 days. We can't give up on anything, whether it's, I was going to say a relationship. No, you can give up on a relationship in 2 weeks. But if you're really putting your heart into something and you want to see if something's going to work out, you want to get it to be a habit. That's going to take about 30 days. And once it's a habit, if you can stick with it for 90 days, that's when you're really it's going to change into a lifestyle. And what's so great about this system too is there's just small little changes. This is not starve yourself. This is not drink a shake. This is not buy meals here. This is not cut out all sugar. This is add this to what you're doing, make these small changes, drink a little bit more water, breathe, meditate for 5 minutes a day, move 30 minutes a day, a few times a week. Slowly add those into your regimen. And these are just gradual behavior modifications. And with the system, that's going to help us do that by curbing the cravings so we don't feel like eating, the midday snack or the midday junk, or we make a better choice. Instead of reaching for the chips, we reach for the carrots because we don't have that sugar craving. So it's small little steps. You go slow to go fast. This is the principle behind the slight edge, and which is what this whole system has been based on. So I'm gonna hit my notes again, make sure I've covered everything. So yeah, I wrote down, we're asking our bodies to do a lot. We cannot just drop this on our bodies and be like, okay, I want to see amazing results in the mirror next week. It's not realistic. And we're just gonna set ourselves up for failure because we'll have these unrealistic expectations. So don't hop on the scale every day. Maybe once a week if you have to. Otherwise, get off the scale, but you've got to take your measurements and you've got to measure, because that's where everyone, and that's how the system is meant to work, is to lose the inches. So when you get, I don't think I have the little kit here, with any kit, you'll get these 3 boxes. It's a 30-day supply. You'll get the 3 boxes of the supplements, and there's also a guide and a tracker on there. It's going to explain how to and where to take your measurements. So you want to, that's the most important thing, take your measurements beforehand, because at 30 days, at 60 days, at 90 days, that's when you're going to see the changes happen. So questions, answered my questions about the vitamins. You picked carrots over cookies, Allison. That's amazing. I'm trying to do that too. I wish my husband didn't bring cookies in the house though. So Glossa, I think those were all of the questions I had. My last pages here says, get off the scale, use the tape measure, measure things. I have, for any of you, anyone else here who's a science nerd like me, I do have a little collection of some of the articles and science publications behind fat browning and the research behind it. If you want them, I'm happy to forward them and send them your way. I'm by no means an expert. If I were, I wouldn't, I would not have as much white fat as I have, but I am so happy to have this system because I have tried so many things my entire life, basically. Things that have not been good and healthy, things we you know deep down are a gimmick or things that are not sustainable. The super, super drastic diets or the going to the gym for 90 minutes every day, that's great. But if you can't continue to sustain that to beyond the point where you've had your success, then the weight just comes back. And so this system is meant to be a long-term, sustainable wellness system to keep us in a state of health and vitality. And so I'm really excited about it. If you're on it now, I'm super excited for you. If there's more information you need, hey Michelle, I'm happy to send it your way. And remember, everything, you really have nothing to lose when trying it. I always, like I said, you've got to go in with a 90-day expectation. Don't give up at 30 days. If for some reason you get the product, any product that you do order through Neora has a 30-day money back guarantee. So, worst case scenario, you have this whatever horrible reaction to it, which I haven't heard of, you can return it and get your money back. Do not be frightened about that. But please go in, have that 90-day expectation, take your measurements before, and you can take your pictures as well. Your pictures are for you. You don't have to send them to anybody, share them. They're just for you to look at. And then finally, I don't want to leave without mentioning that we have 90-day Neora Fit Challenge. If you have started, want to start, there is a challenge going on. You could win a Peloton bike, a Fitbit, or I think iPads. So iPods. I can't think of the name. It's been a long day. So if you need information on that, I'll post it in the comments to make sure. Super easy to sign up. You just sign up and say, hey, yeah, I want to be in the challenge. Let's see what else. Any other questions for me? I'm so glad you guys hopped on for Science Friday. I am going to raffle off this super duper, it's bigger than my head, water bottle. And if for those of you who haven't gotten a sample, if you want a sample, let's go for it. Otherwise, let me help you get started. This is the right time to start. It's going to be March. March 1st is right around the corner. That means summer is around the corner. We, granted, we don't have snow here. Sorry, I just had to show that off. But for all of you who are going to be in your summer clothes soon, let's get everyone feeling great in their bodies and with their health and having the energy to do the things that you want to do this summer. If for any of you who are already using it, loving it, people are probably asking you, what are you doing? Your skin is glowing, you've got energy, and your clothes look great, you're fitting into your clothes. I love referrals. Trust me, this business has really changed my life. But even better than a referral is let me help you just do the same. So if you know a couple people who want to try this with you, if you have some friends from the gym or for work or from church, wherever, who just want to get on the wellness wagon with you, do it together as a group. I'll help you set up your account so you could be upgraded and so that you can get your Neora Fit for free. The cost of Neora Fit for customers is $130. The second month you order in a row, and thereafter it's going to be 10% off. And then if you are a brand partner like me, where you want to have the upgraded account so you can get free product, it costs $120. So no reason to not try it. This is meant for everybody, young, old, men, women, and you don't have to make a drastic change. Simple, small steps are going to go a long way with this, and let me help you do that. So I'm going to just stay. If there's any other questions, please leave them here or drop them here. I'm going to just stay on for another couple minutes and see if you guys have any questions. And if not, I'm going to check back on the comments later and tomorrow, and I'll give it 24 hours. So everyone who kind of participates, I'll do a raffle for some prizes for who was on live and who asked questions over the next 24 hours. So happy Friday. Yes, so we'll just go, oh, that's just the glare. Okay, so yeah, what we're looking at, this is, I'm very, very fortunate to live where I live. I live on Maui, for those of you who don't know. I live on Haleakala volcano. It's dormant. So I'm at about almost 4,000 feet elevation. So what we're looking at behind me, that's west. So those are the West Maui Mountains. That's the wet, they're pretty wet over there on the mountains. So if you've ever been to Maui, like looking over at Lahaina and the west side is over there. And the town, well, you can't see my office. You can see my office at night because the lights are on. But the town right there. So that's the North Shore. That's the South Shore where Kihei is, and all the fancy hotels, the Four Seasons and everything. Things are getting busy again here. Gosh, the traffic has been so bad this week. It's nice to have people back on island, but we were a little bit spoiled with quiet time here. So such is life. Okay, so I don't see any more questions. I love all the encouragement. I'm gonna say Aloha Friday to everybody. I'm gonna finish my water and see what's next on my agenda for the night. I hope everyone stays safe. If you have more questions, send me a message. Leave me a comment below. And if you know somebody that's interested or would like to have this information, invite them to the group, tag them below. And there's no pressure or obligation. I'll get the information to them that they need. Aloha.